my 7th annual SLAP challenge. SLAP, S-L-A-P, stands for squats, lunges, abs, and push-ups. We are doing at least 40 squats, at least 40 lunges, at least 40 reps of an ab exercise, and at least 40 push-ups a day, every single day except Sundays for 40 days. And this is day 4. Now, that's the challenge in a nutshell, and you really don't need to know any more than that to do this workout with me today. So, as usual, there are timestamps in the description box down below the video, so if you would prefer to just skip straight ahead to the workout, you can go ahead and use the chapter markers to do that. But if you would like to hear a little bit more about the challenge and see the exercises that we're doing today demonstrated and explained before we begin, let's go ahead and get into that right now. So first of all, 40 squats, 40 lunges, 40 reps of abs, 40 push-ups a day, every single day except Sundays for 40 days. That is the challenge. Now, if you are an absolute beginner and you think you can't do this challenge, yes, you can. If you are a beginner, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to put a link up here in the iCard. This link will take you to the playlist that I made last year for the challenge. I want you to click on that link. Once you're there, I want you to save the playlist. Before you do anything else, save the playlist so that when and if you decide you want to join the challenge, you have all of the workouts readily available to you, and all you have to do is follow along with the playlist. Then I want you to start by just watching that day 1 video. You don't have to commit to anything yet, just watch that day 1 video. The video that I shared for day 1 of the challenge last year is going to explain everything you could ever possibly want to know about this challenge. I explained the origins of the challenge so that you know how it began and why we're doing it, what we're looking to accomplish with it. And I gave you several different ways that you can participate if you are an absolute beginner. So if you are doing it, it's your challenge, you do it in any way that works for you. If you cannot commit to doing 160 reps every day, then you can commit to doing 80 reps or 40 reps or 20 reps. If you can't commit to doing all 40 days of the challenge, you can do the first 20 days or the last 20 days or every other day. All right? If you are the one doing it, it's your challenge. You do it in any way that works for you. But any questions that you may have are all going to be answered in the day 1 video that I shared from last year. So start by watching that day 1 video. Also in that video, I provided tons of modifications. So if you think you can't do a squat, if you think you can't do a push-up, yes, you can. Watch the day 1 video from last year. Give me an opportunity to prove to you that yes, you can do squats, you can do push-ups, you can do this challenge. And then, when and if you decide that you want to join the challenge, just start with your day 1 workout on a Wednesday. Any random Wednesday will work. Start with that day 1 workout on a Wednesday, and from there, all you have to do is follow along with the playlist. I have made it super easy to follow along. So that's for beginners. If you are more advanced, if you're in really good shape, you own some basic pieces of fitness equipment, and you have a little bit more time to dedicate to your workouts, and you're looking for workouts that are really going to challenge you, then I would like you to follow along with the playlist that I made in year 5 of the challenge. So if you are in great shape, you're really advanced, and you want workouts that are super tough and a little bit longer, go ahead and save the playlist that I made in year 5 of the challenge. I will link that up here in the iCard as well. All of the playlists will also be linked in the description box down below the video, and I will link them at the very end of the video as well, just so that you can't miss it. Year 5 of the challenge, the workouts were much more difficult. They were a lot longer because we were generally doing more than just those 160 reps. We were frequently doing more than 40 squats, more than 40 lunges, more than 40 reps of abs, more than 40 push-ups. We were also doing more difficult variations of squats, lunges, abs, and push-ups. We were adding weight to most of the workouts, and we were doing exercises other than just squats, lunges, abs, and push-ups. I was also incorporating about 20 minutes or so of moderate paced cardio into most of the workouts. So if that sounds like it's something that is more suited to your current fitness level and you have the time, a little bit of more time to dedicate to your workouts on a daily basis, then please click on the link in the iCard and save the playlist from year 5 of the challenge. Save all 3 playlists though. That is my recommendation, because if you save all 3 playlists, then you have 3 different options for every single day of the challenge. So that way, if what I'm doing on a given day is not challenging you enough, you can bump it up a level. Or if what I'm doing on any given day is too much, you can go, down a level. If I'm using a piece of equipment that you don't have, you can check out one of the corresponding workouts from that day of the challenge from another year. Or if you're pressed for time, maybe you're capable of what I'm doing today or what I did in year 5 of the challenge, but you just don't have any time today and you need something super quick, you just need a way to get your reps done really quickly, then you can do the workout from year 1 of the challenge. So for year 1 of the challenge, I really went out of my way to not use any equipment at all because, as I said, last year, year 6 of the challenge. For last year's challenge, I really went out of my way to not use any equipment at all because I was gearing the challenge towards ultra super duper day 1 beginners. And so I was assuming that if you were a total beginner and you've never done a workout before in your life, you probably didn't own any fitness equipment. So if there's ever a day where you're on the road, you're traveling, or you want to take your workout to the park or the beach or the hiking trail or something like that, and you want to work out that's just body weight only, no fitness equipment required, check out the that day's workout from last year's playlist, okay? But you don't have to go in order through the playlist. You can choose any workout you want on any given day. You don't even have to do one of my workouts. You can make up your own workout. And if you don't even want to do a structured workout at all, you don't have to. Literally, the only requirement to participate in this challenge is just that you're doing your reps every day. So as long as you're completing a total of 40 squats, 40 lunges, 40 reps of an ab exercise, and 40 push-ups, you have met your requirement to participate in the challenge for that day. So if you don't have time for a structured workout, you can break up your reps throughout the day. So you could get up in the morning and first thing do 10 squats, 10 lunges, 10 reps of any ab exercise you want, 10 push-ups. It can be any variations of those 4 exercises you want. Do that first thing in the morning. Then you can repeat that after lunch. You can do it again when you get home from work and then once more before bed. And there's your 160 reps. So this challenge is really, really flexible. It's really easy to modify and customize. So again, if you're doing it, do it your way. But for today's workout, I'm going to be doing a short little circuit of squats, lunges, abs, and push-ups. We're doing 10 reps of each exercise, and we're just going to go through the circuit twice. Super simple. So let me show you what we are doing today. So if you are not a beginner, if you're more intermediate level, then this year's workouts are probably going to be perfect for you. So I'm assuming that if you are a beginner, that you will follow along with last year's workout. So if you're not quite a beginner, but you're not super advanced, then you're going to stay right here. I will be using a set of dumbbells today, but if you don't have dumbbells, that's fine. You can still do this workout right along with me. I'm also going to assume, if you're going to follow along with today's workout, that you understand how to do squats, lunges, abs, and push-ups with the correct form. So I'll just kind of go very briefly over the correct form, but I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about that. So if you have any questions about how to do any of the exercises with the correct form, please just ask. I'm always happy to help with that. Or again, follow along with last year's workout because that's the workout that's really specifically geared towards beginners. And so that's the workout where I really took a lot of extra time to make sure I was going over the proper form for each and every exercise. All right, so let's get into today's exercises. First of all, let me talk about my dumbbells. So 2 things about my dumbbells. Number 1, these are 10-pound dumbbells. That is a good weight for me. You may need to use something lighter than that. You may need to use something heavier than that. That depends on your strength. It depends on your level of fitness. It depends on what you have available to you. And it just depends on how hard you're looking to push yourself today. So please consider all of those factors when choosing your weights and make the decision that is best for you. The other thing about my dumbbells is that these are hex dumbbells, meaning that they are shaped like a hexagon. So they are flat on the bottom. That is significant because today I'm going to be holding onto my dumbbells while I'm doing my push-ups. So if your dumbbells are rounded on the ends, or if you're using household items for weight, like shampoo bottles or water bottles or something like that, I'm going to recommend that you modify the push-ups. And I'll show you that modification, but that's something that I just want you to be aware of. So if you do not have dumbbells, then shampoo bottles or water bottles can absolutely work. You can fill them with water. You might be able to make them a little bit heavier if you fill them with something like uncooked rice or dried lentils or beans or kitty litter, powdered laundry detergent, something like that. If you're taking your workout to the beach or the park, maybe you could fill it with dirt or sand. Or even those little decorative pebbles like they have at the dollar store, you could probably make it pretty heavy by filling it with something like that. So get creative and use what you've got, as long as you can find something that you are able to maintain a secure grip on so that you're not going to drop it and hurt yourself or break something and make a mess. And as long as it's not too heavy for you, then any number of household items can work for weight. Or again, if you're taking your workout to the beach or the park or the hiking trail, maybe you can find a couple of rocks to add weight to your workout. So get creative, use what you've got. If you have absolutely nothing at all that's going to work for weight, or you just don't want to add weight to the workout, that's fine. I will be providing equipment-free substitutions. So you don't need to add weight, you don't need any exercise equipment whatsoever to follow along with this workout. What you will need is something soft beneath you for our ab exercise. And also if you do your push-ups from your knees, you'll want something soft beneath your knees. So definitely you'll want to grab an exercise mat or a yoga mat if you have one. If you don't have a mat, a towel should suffice. And if you're working out on a carpeted floor or on grass, you may not need anything at all. But that's it. That's all you're going to need for this workout. So let's go ahead and get into the 4 variations of squats, lunges, abs, and push-ups that I'm doing today. I'm starting with my squat variation. So for squats, just remember you want your shoulders back and down. So think about tucking your shoulder blades into your back pockets. That's going to help you keep your shoulders back and down. It's also going to help you keep your chest lifted nice and high. Tighten up your abs. Think about pushing your booty back. So it's a hip hinge before you sink down into your squat. That's going to help you keep your back flat. It's going to help you keep the weight in your heels as you come down into your squat. And then you're pressing your heels into the ground to stand. So that's just a basic air squat. You can do air squats if you want. That's the really beautiful thing about this challenge, is that you can do any squat variation you want, any lunge variation you want, any ab exercise you want, and any push-up variation you want on any given day. You can still work out right along with me, just plug in different variations of those 4 exercises into the circuit, and there you go, there's your workout. So just remember that for today and for any day of this challenge, if the squat variation I'm doing doesn't work for you, just substitute with another squat variation. If the lunge variation I'm doing doesn't work for you, if the ab exercise I'm doing, the push-up variation I'm doing doesn't work for you, substitute with any other version of that exercise, okay? But I'm going to be doing side-to-side squats. So I'm going to start with my feet together, and I'm going to step one foot out to the side as I sink down into my squat. Then I'm going to step the foot back in. Super simple, alternating sides with each rep. So for my next rep, I'll step the other foot out towards the opposite side as I come down into my squat. And then as I stand, I'm bringing my feet back together. So that is your body weight modification if you don't want to add weight. If you do want to add weight, then all you're going to do is hold onto your weight. Super simple. So I'm just going to be holding both of my dumbbells together in front of me. If holding on to both of your weights is too heavy, you can hold one weight like this. And again, it can be a dumbbell, it can be a kettlebell, it can be a shampoo bottle or water bottle, it could be a jug of laundry detergent or a big jug of water, one of those like 2.5 gallon jugs of water. So any type of weight you want to hold in front of you is fine. But we're basically doing goblet squats. I'm just holding the weights in front of me like this. I'm not going to be doing anything with them. So same exercise, just step to the side and squat, step it back in. Okay? Now, you could increase the difficulty a little bit if you want. You could like add a little calf raise. So maybe if you're not adding weight and you want to do something just to increase the difficulty a little bit, you could add a calf raise. Maybe I'll add a calf raise. Maybe I'll do that, because why not? So with or without the calf raise, your option, but step to the side, squat. Maybe add a little calf raise before stepping the foot back in. Maybe I'll do that. All right, yeah, I'll do that. So that is my squat variation. Lunges, we're also doing side step out lunges. So same thing, you're going to start with your feet together. You're going to step one foot out to the side as you come down into your lunge, step back in. Other side, step out to the side and lunge, step it back in. Again, shoulders are back and down. You're keeping your back flat and you're keeping the weight in the heel as you step out into that lunge. And that is your body weight modification. just do side lunges, alternating sides with each rep. If you would like to add weight, I'm going to be holding on to both of my weights, and as I step into that side lunge, I'm going to take the dumbbell that's in the opposite hand as my lunging leg, and I'm going to tap the dumbbell down towards the toe of my lunging foot. And as I step that foot back in, I'm also going to add a lateral arm raise. You can eliminate the lateral arm raise if you would like. Alternating sides with each rep, so then next rep, step out to the side, tap the toe, and then you can just come back to the center if you want. Just keep it right here. If you want, you can do what I'm doing and adding that lateral arm raise, okay? So if you want to add the lateral arm raise, just make sure you're not locking out your elbow. Make sure you have a soft bend to your elbow as you lift the weight up to the side. And make sure you're not lifting the weight perfectly to the side. Angle it forward slightly, okay? So not necessarily exactly a 45-degree angle, but you don't want to lift the weight straight up to the side. Just angle your arm forward a little bit and make sure there's a soft bend to your elbow. And again, if that's too difficult, eliminate it. All right, so that is my lunge variation. Next is abs. So for my ab exercise, I am doing Russian twists, and there are several different ways to increase or decrease the difficulty of this exercise. So I'm going to have both of my heels elevated the entire time. And I'm just going to twist and tap the sides of my mat. So I'm going to twist my body thoracically so that I'm touching one side of my mat. I'm going to twist and tap the other side of my mat and back. Super simple. All right, so please make sure that you're working to your own level. Don't push your body into doing anything it's not ready to do. If your range of motion does not allow you to twist far enough so that you can actually tap the mat, don't worry about tapping the mat, okay? Just come as far as you can. All right, that's absolutely fine. So that's your body weight option. If you don't want to hold on to anything, you can just twist and tap the edges of your mat like this. If that's too difficult, you can have your heels down and do the same exercise with your heels lightly touching the mat. That's absolutely fine. Now, another way to decrease the difficulty is to single count these. So twist and tap, you could count that as 1 rep. Twist and tap the other side, you could count that as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you're an absolute beginner, that's what you can do. I'm going to be double counting them. So each time I tap this side of my mat, I'm going to count that as 1 rep. So starting here, I'm going to twist and tap, that's 1. Twist and tap, that's 2, 3, 4. All right, that's how I'm counting now. So heels up, heels down, single counted, double counted, that's up to you. With weight, without weight, up to you. So typically when I do this exercise with weight, I just hold on to one of my dumbbells like this. But I think today I want more of a challenge, so I'm going to hold both of my dumbbells. We're not doing a ton of reps with each set. It's only 10 reps with each set, so I think it should be fine. So make the decision that is best for you. You can hold on to one weight or 2, but I'm just holding my weights together like this, and then same exercise. Twist and tap, that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is my ab exercise. If you don't want to do Russian twists, do any other ab exercise you want. That's absolutely fine. And last but not least is push-ups. So again, any push-up variation you want to do with or without weight is fine. Just make sure that you are minding your form on the push-ups. So keep your head in line with your spine, shoulders away from the ears, flat back. Make sure you are using your ab muscles to lift your hips high and keep them lifted nice and high so that your body is in one perfectly straight line the entire time from your heels all the way to your shoulders. And of course, if you're doing knee push-ups, your straight line is from your knees to your shoulders. And we're doing a very similar idea to our step out squats and our step out side lunges. I'm doing step out push-ups. So I'm going to be starting, I'll show you first without the weights. So here's your body weight modification if you're not adding weight. And this is also the modification I would like you to use if your dumbbells are rounded on the ends, or if you're using household items for weight, like shampoo bottles or water bottles, because I'm going to be holding on to my dumbbells while I'm in a plank position and while I'm moving and doing push-ups on my dumbbells. So if your weights are not flat on the bottom, they're liable to roll around on you, and I don't want anyone getting hurt. Having weights that are flat on the bottom gives me sufficient stability so that I can hold on to my dumbbells while I'm in a plank position and move them around and do push-ups on them. So it's your workout. You decide what level of risk you're comfortable taking, but for the record, this is the modification I would like you to apply if your dumbbells are rounded on the ends or if you are using household items for weight. So you're going to start with your hands and feet together, come up into a plank pose, and then you're going to step one foot out to the side, step that same hand out to the side as you come down into your push-up, and then as you push yourself up, you're going to return to your starting position, alternating sides with each rep. So with your next rep, you'll pick up the opposite hand and the opposite foot, step hand and foot out towards the other side as you come down into your push-up, and as you push yourself back up, bring the hands and feet together in the center again, okay? I'm going to be doing that exact same thing, but I'm going to be holding onto my dumbbells. So the exercise itself is exactly the same, I'm just adding weight to it. So I'm going to have my dumbbells together like this to start, hands and feet together, and then I'm going to step out to the side as I come down into my push-up, and then step the hand and foot back to the center, and then repeat on the other side. Step out, push up, and step in. All right, and that's it. That's all 4 exercises. That's our squats, lunges, abs, and push-ups. I already explained the format, but I'll go over it again very quickly. So we're doing circuit training today. That's our circuit. We're doing 10 reps of each exercise, and then we'll just repeat the circuit a total of 4 times. So you'll do 10 reps of squats, 10 reps of lunges, 10 reps of your ab exercise, 10 push-ups, 4 rounds. All right, so hopefully that's clear. It's a pretty simple format. If not, please remember that I do always take the time to type out the instructions in the description box down below the video, and of course I'm going to do the entire workout right along with you. So watch me do it, read the instructions, but then of course, as always, if anything is unclear with the format, if you have questions about any of the exercises that we are doing today, if you have any doubts about how to do the exercises with the correct form, or if you need any further help with equipment-free substitutions or beginner modifications beyond what I have already shown you, please just ask, okay? Ask questions if you have them. It's really important that you understand how to do the exercises correctly before you begin the workout, so that you reduce your risk of injury, and also just so that you make sure you're getting the maximum benefit out of each exercise. And hopefully you guys know that it is also incredibly important to me that all of my workouts, and especially this challenge, is accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me. So I'm always here to help facilitate that. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you need help. Really quickly, if you do push-ups from your knees, then I forgot to show you your modification for the push-ups. So what you're going to do is you'll want something soft beneath your knees, of course, but then you'll start with your hands together, and instead of stepping hands and foot out, you'll just step your hand out to the side, come down to your push-up, step the hand back, so your knees are going to stay planted where they are the entire time, and you'll just step out and step back in with your hands. Okay, so that's your knee modification if you do push-ups from your knees. But again, any push-up variation will work, but if you want to keep it similar to what I'm doing today and you just needed a modification for the push-ups to do them from your knees, there you go, there it is. All right, so that's the workout, that's the format. Ask questions if you have them, and I just want to remind you also, if you're going to be working out along with the video especially, to please make sure that you are going at your own pace and mind your form. Do not sacrifice your form for speed. So if you're in really good shape, or if your weights are a lot lighter than mine, if you're not using weights, for any number of reasons. You might be much faster than I am, and that's wonderful. If you're faster than I am, be faster than I am. Just make sure that you are not racing to stay ahead of me at the expense of your form. So just if you're faster than I am, that's wonderful, as long as you're not losing anything off of your form to get there, all right? If you're slower than I am, that is also wonderful, because you would not even know that you were slower than I am unless you got dressed and you got out here with me today and you were doing these reps. As long as you're getting your reps done, that's all that matters. If you're putting in the work, just focus on putting in the work and focus on doing it correctly. Please, if you're slower than I am, just be slower than I am. Do not race to try to keep up with me. Mind your form. You should never be sacrificing your form for speed. It's always going to be safer and more effective to slow down and do your reps at a little bit slower pace, but with excellent form, than it is to race through the workout at the expense of your form. So please, if you see your form getting sloppy, that means you need to slow down. If you fall behind in the video, either because you're just working at a slower pace than I am, or you're needing to take rest breaks where I'm not taking them, or you're needing longer rest breaks than what I'm taking, that's fine. Just pause the video and come back when you're ready. So I do want you to challenge yourself to keep the rest breaks as short as you can, but they should be as long as you need. You should only resume the workout once you feel that you have regained enough strength and you have enough stamina so that you can continue with good form. So please mind your form. Please just be smart. Be safe, listen to your body. Do not push your body into doing anything that it is not ready to do. Make sure you are going at your own pace. Make sure you are working to your own level. Make sure that you have selected dumbbells or household items that are an appropriate weight for you. Drop the added weight if necessary, if it becomes too taxing, and start applying the beginner modifications if you need to, okay? So take rest breaks if you need to. Challenge yourself to keep the rest breaks as short as you can, but make sure they're as long as you need. Please just always make the decision that is best for you and do your best. Please remember that your best is always good enough, so let your best be good enough. All right, hopefully I have covered everything. If you're ready to go ahead and begin the workout, make sure that you have something soft beneath you. So an exercise mat or a yoga mat is ideal, but if you don't have a mat, a towel should suffice. And again, if you're working out on a carpeted floor or on grass, you may not need anything at all. Grab a set of dumbbells if you have them, and if you would like to add weight to the workout today. If you don't have dumbbells, look for household items that will work, like shampoo bottles or water bottles filled with some sort of weight. And again, if you don't have anything that's going to work for weight, or you just don't want to add weight to your workout, that's fine. You have your equipment-free modifications. Then pause the video, go get dressed, and meet me right back here. We're going to start with a quick little 5-minute warm-up, and then we'll get right into our day 4 reps. So as soon as you're ready, let's get started with our 5-minute warm-up. You're going to begin by just allowing your head to fall towards one shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Make sure that your arm is completely relaxed. So you're not actively pulling your ear down towards your shoulder. You're just using the weight of your arm and allowing gravity to do all of the work of gently stretching the other side of your neck. And now we are going to do the other side. So allow your head to fall towards the opposite shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Your arm should be totally relaxed. Your shoulders should be relaxed as well. Make sure your shoulders are down away from your ears. Next, we're going to do some head rolls. So you're going to start by allowing your chin to fall first towards your chest and then towards the other shoulder and back. And each time you roll your head from one shoulder to the other, just start feeling your head getting heavier and heavier, allowing your range of motion to increase until finally your entire torso is just kind of spilling in front of you. Your arms are nice and loose like a rag doll. Next, we're going to do some shoulder rolls. So you can roll your shoulders towards the back or towards the front. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that you're really exaggerating the movement. So make the circles as big as you possibly can. You want to explore your full range of motion here. Next, we're going to do some arm circles, but we're going to start small with our arm circles. So extend your arms straight out to the side and start by making small circles either towards the back or towards the front. It doesn't matter, but gradually as the interval progresses, you want to start making your circles bigger and bigger until finally you're making the circles as big as you can, really exploring your full range of motion. And now you're going to step your feet out so that they're a bit wider than shoulder width apart. Bend your knees and sweep your arms in front of you, and as you straighten your legs, you're reaching up as high as you can. Each time you bend your knees, you're allowing your range of motion to increase a little more, sinking deeper and deeper into that squat. Now keep your feet planted right where they are. They should be wider than shoulder width apart. You're going to lunge side to side, nice and easy. And let's add the arms. So now with each lunge, I'm just reaching my arm across my body. You should feel like you're trying to throw your arm across the room. Next, we're going to march in place. So you're going to step your feet in and march. Starting with the knees low, but gradually as the interval progresses, you're going to start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest, until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you possibly can towards your chest. Really get them up there. Feel a nice little stretch in your glutes. And now we're just going to jog in place. Same thing. Knees are low to start, but gradually as the interval progresses, you're going to start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest, until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you can towards your chest. Next is booty kicks. So this is our final jogging interval. Now with each step, you're just bringing your foot behind you. Really, really try to kick yourself in the booty with your heel. If you struggle with balance, you can hold onto the wall or a chair for support for this next one. If not, hands on the hips is fine. Transfer your weight into one foot, pick up the other foot, and just swing the leg front and back. Nice and loose, you're just waking up those hip flexors. We're going to do the same thing on the other leg. So you'll put this foot down, transfer your weight, pick up the other foot, and swing the leg front and back. You can start low, and as the interval progresses, if it feels comfortable, you can start expanding your range of motion, swinging that leg higher and higher. Now, put this foot down, transfer the weight again, pick up the other foot, extend the leg out in front of you, and then make a semicircle with your leg, bringing it around and behind you. Lift your leg higher and higher each time, and for the final two, we're gonna do a hip circle. So drive your knee up towards your chest, use your hand to guide it around. Other side, extend the opposite leg out in front, bring it around and behind you, making a semicircle, lifting the leg higher and higher each time. And now two hip circles, drive the knee up towards your chest, use your hand to guide it around. We're going to finish with a hamstring stretch. So if you want to use the wall or a chair or the arm of your couch to assist you, that can make it a little bit easier. But you're going to have your feet wide apart, you're hinging at the hips, and you want to keep your back as flat as possible so that you isolate your hamstrings more effectively. So if you use the wall or a chair or the arm of your couch or something like that to assist you as you're coming into this stretch, it might make it a little bit easier to keep your back flat, could make it a little bit more comfortable, and it might make that stretch a little bit more accessible for you, but that's it. That's our 5-minute warm up. So let's get right into the workout. We're starting with squats. Any squat variation you want to do with or without weight is fine. We're doing 10 reps. I'm starting my timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. So I'm doing side to side squats with a calf raise. I'm holding onto both of my weights, starting with my feet together, step out to the side and squat, calf raise, and step the foot back in, alternating sides with each rep. So stepping out to the opposite side with the other foot, squat down, lift and lower the heels with control, and then step it back. That's 4. 6 more. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right into lunges. So step to the side and lunge, step the foot in, lateral arm raise. Other side. Step to the side and lunge, lateral arm raise. You can eliminate the lateral arm raise if you prefer, that's fine. That's 5, 5 more. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next is abs. We're going in order today, meaning that we're spelling the word slap. So our circuit is squats, then lunges, then abs, then push-ups. Any ab exercise you want to do, with or without weight. I'm doing Russian twists, holding onto both my dumbbells, and I'm double counting these. So, twist and tap, twist and tap. That's 1 rep. Twist and tap, twist and tap. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's our S, our L, and our A. All that's left is push-ups. So with or without weight, I'm doing side step out push-ups. So starting with hands and feet together, I'm holding onto my dumbbells for these, but you don't have to. So step one foot out to the side, step the same hand out to the side as you sink into your push-up, and then return to your starting position. Step out to the side, push up, and bring it back. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's once through our circuit. It took us just under 4 minutes. So you've seen everything once now. I'm gonna see if I can try to pick up the pace just a little bit and finish, hopefully, in under 16 minutes. We'll see. Just taking a short rest break before starting round 2. If you're in better shape than I am and you don't need to rest, don't rest. If you need a longer rest break, pause the video and come back when you're ready. Here we go, round 2. 10 more squats. Do your best. Round 2. We're halfway there. As soon as you're ready, round 3. Another 10 squats. Maintaining a decent pace for everything except the push-ups. I'm so out of shape with my push-ups, and adding the weight to these is really pushing me. It increases the difficulty a lot. All right, 10 more reps of push-ups, And then we're done with round 3. When you're ready, here we go. We're at just over 13 minutes, so there's no way I'm finishing this in 16 minutes. That's okay. I'm working hard to keep the pace up. I feel like I'm really pushing myself, so. Most importantly, I'm getting it done. All right, so again, if you need a longer rest break, pause the video, towel off, get a sip of water. When you feel that you have regained enough strength and you have enough stamina to start round 4, here we go, another 10 squats. Squats are done. Final 10 reps of lunges as soon as you're ready. Okay, lunges are done. One last set of Russian twists or whatever ab exercise you're doing. Remember, drop the weight if you need to, put your heels down if you need to. Final 10 reps. Final 10 reps of abs and that. We have 11 reps left to go. I'll be happy at this point if I can finish in under 18 minutes. I don't think it's likely, but let's get right into these push-ups. Just 10 more reps to go. Do your best. Because I made it just under the wire. I finished in just under 18 minutes, 17 minutes, and 58 seconds. So definitely slowed down a lot after that first round, but that's normal as we fatigue. The most important thing is just that I got it done, and I really did feel like I was pushing myself hard today. I'm really out of shape with my push-ups. So the push-ups were tough. That slowed me down a lot, but I got them done. That's what matters. That's round 4, and that's our 40 squats, 40 lunges, 40 reps of abs, and 40 push-ups for the day. We are not quite finished yet. No workout of mine is ever complete, and especially no workout during this challenge is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee. So we have just 1 rep left to go. Let's go ahead and do our bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. This is our final rep of the day. All right, with that, the workout is now officially complete. So let's just do a quick little cool down together. You just want to keep moving while you allow your heart rate to come down a little bit and while you allow your breathing to normalize. So you can pace around back and forth, maybe shake out the legs a little bit, and focus on slowing down your breathing by concentrating on feeling your diaphragm being pulled down as you inhale. Consciously allow your rib cage to expand and visualize filling up your entire torso with air. So as you breathe in, breathe all the way down to your belly button, and then use your diaphragm to control the air as you exhale. Let's do a quick shoulder stretch. So bringing one arm across your body, using your other arm to pull it in close to your chest. Make sure your straight arm is completely relaxed, and make sure that your shoulder is relaxed. If your shoulder is tense and hunched up by your ear, you're not going to be able to stretch it effectively. So relax the arm, relax the shoulder, feel that nice stretch all through the side and the back of your shoulder. Make sure you're continuing to move. I'm just kind of shifting my weight from foot to foot, but again, you can shake out the legs, you can pace back and forth. Now let's take one more deep breath here, so sending that breath all the way down to your belly button. Using your diaphragm to control the exhale. Shake it out. Let's get the other arm, so bringing the opposite arm across your body, using your other arm to pull it in close to your chest. Make sure your straight arm is completely relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. They should be down away from your ears. Make sure you're continuing to move, either pacing, shaking out the legs, or just shifting your weight from foot to foot, and make sure you're continuing to focus on slowing down your breathing. So feel the diaphragm being pulled down. Breathe all the way down to your belly button as you inhale. Allow your rib cage to expand. Fill up your entire torso with air, and use your diaphragm to control the exhale and come out. We're going to do a tricep stretch next. So bend one elbow, place your hand on the elbow, and gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Make sure that the fingers on your free hand are pointing straight down at the ground as you gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder so that you really feel that nice stretch in your triceps. You want to avoid having your free hand hanging out up here somewhere by your shoulder. So point those fingers straight down at the ground and pull. Make sure you're continuing to move, continuing to focus on your breathing. Let's take one more deep breath here. Breathing all the way down to your belly button as you inhale. Control the exhale and come out. Shake out the arms. Let's get the other side. So bending your other elbow, place your hand on your elbow and gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder, making sure that the fingers on your free hand are pointing straight down at the ground. Feel that nice stretch in your triceps. Make sure you're continuing to move, continuing to focus on your breathing. So shake out the legs. Let's take one more deep breath here. So inhale, sending that breath all the way down to your belly button. Feel your ribcage expand as you fill your entire torso with air and control the air as you exhale. Nice. All right, shake it out. We're going to finish with a quad stretch. So if you struggle with balance, you can hold onto the wall or a chair or the arm of your couch. Any strong, sturdy, stable, elevated surface will work. So you're going to bend one knee, bring the foot behind you, reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with the hand that's on the same side if you are holding onto something for support. If you are not holding onto anything for support, you can go ahead and reach back, grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands, and now press your heel into your booty cheek. Really press it in there, and as you're doing that, I want you to tilt your pelvis forward. So tuck your booty underneath you. Think about trying to touch your spine with your belly button. And as you do that, make sure you're continuing to really press your heel into your booty cheek. As soon as you combine both of those two elements, you're going to instantly feel that stretch intensify in your quad muscles as you isolate them more effectively. But I also want you to feel that stretch continue up to your hip flexor. So shake it out. Let's get the other leg, bending the opposite knee, bringing the foot behind you, reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with the hand that's on the same side if you're holding onto something for support. If you're not holding onto anything for support, you can reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands. Press your heel into your booty cheek, and now tilt your pelvis forward, tucking your booty underneath you, sucking that belly button back towards your spine. And as you're doing that, make sure you're continuing to really press your heel into your booty cheek. Feel that stretch really intensify in your quad muscles. Feel that stretch extend all the way up to your hip flexor. Let's take one more nice deep breath here. So one last time, feel your diaphragm being pulled down as you inhale, sending that breath all the way down to your belly button. As your rib cage expands and you fill up your entire torso with air, and then control the air as you exhale. Come out of it, and one last time, shake out the legs, shake out the wrists, shake out the arms, swing the arms a little bit, and that's it. That's our little cool down. So if you find that you're still breathing heavily or your heart rate is still elevated, you can take a few more minutes to pace around back and forth. I am going to recommend at this point, if you have time and you're up for it, that you add on some additional cardio. That is what I'm going to do. So I have Victoria here with me today. If you don't know, Victoria is my beautiful silver jump rope with these pretty light pink metallic handles. If you would like to know where I get my jump ropes, there's a link and a coupon code in the description box down below the video, so click on the link and use coupon code RUDEBECCA to save an additional 10% on your jump rope. It doesn't have to be this jump rope. That coupon code will save you 10% on any of their jump ropes. You guys, did you see I made a little hook? Well, I didn't make the hook. I screwed this hook into the post, but I put a little hook here for my jump rope. I'm like disproportionately excited about it. But you don't have to use the same jump rope I do. Any jump rope is fine, and you don't even have to jump rope. That's what I'm going to be doing 9 times out of 10. That's my additional cardio, is 20 minutes of interval jump rope. So I'm going to set my interval timer for 10-second rest intervals, and 20-second work intervals times 40 rounds. That's 20 minutes. I'm gonna get some music going and just knock out my additional 20 minutes of cardio. So that is how I do this challenge every year. After the workout, I tack on an additional 20 to 30 minutes or more of moderate paced cardio. Typically that's 20 minutes of interval jump rope. On very rare occasions, I might decide to go for a run. Sometimes I'll go for a nice long hike, but it can be a bike ride or a swim. You can go play some tennis or basketball or something like that. You can go to a fitness class. Any type of moderate paced cardio you want to do is fine, and it's not mandatory. It is not technically part of the challenge, but it's the way I do the challenge, and I do recommend, even if you can't do the additional cardio after every single workout, I do recommend that you at least try to find 2 or 3 days a week, at least, where you can tack on some additional cardio after your workout, especially if you are looking to use this challenge to get yourself in shape, improve your stamina, lose weight. Adding on the additional cardio after the workout is really going to go a long way towards helping you to accelerate that process. You are going to start seeing results faster, and that is encouraging, and it's going to help you to find the motivation to keep going, because you're going to be able to see that what you're doing is working. You're going to be able to see and feel yourself getting stronger and losing weight. Again, it can be any type of cardio you want, and you don't have to do it if you don't want to or if you don't have the time. But it's the way I do the challenge every year. It is not mandatory, it is not required, it is not officially part of the challenge, but it is strongly recommended. What is also strongly recommended, and I think you should probably consider it part of the challenge, is stretching. So if you're going to do your cardio, do that first, and then immediately after you're finished with your cardio, you can do your stretching. If you're not doing cardio, then right now is going to be the most efficient and the most effective time to get your stretching done, because your muscles are already nice and warm from the workout. But if you don't have time to stretch now, that's fine. It doesn't matter what time of day you do your stretching, just as long as you get it done. But it's really important to make sure that you're taking a good 15 or 20 minutes every single day if you can to stretch. It's going to go a long way towards helping to alleviate any muscle soreness that you might be experiencing after the workouts. It's also going to help you reduce your risk of injury moving forward, and of course it's going to improve your flexibility. So we're putting in all this work to establish a habit of daily exercise. We're doing all these reps to get stronger. We're adding on cardio to improve our stamina. So why not stretch to improve our flexibility while we're at it? Flexibility is a really important and I think often overlooked and undervalued aspect of your overall fitness level. So it's really important to make sure that you are taking the time to stretch every day, just to make sure that you are doing so safely. So if you do put off your stretching until later on in the day, that means your muscles will have gotten cold again. So you will need to take a few minutes to warm them back up before you begin stretching. You never want to jump into your stretching routine with cold muscles, because your muscles need to be warm in order for them to be pliable so that you can stretch them safely and effectively. But that's it. That is officially a wrap on day 4. So if you did this little day 4 workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who has been working out with me lately. Thank you to everyone who has joined the challenge. If you haven't joined already, it is not too late to join. It is never too late to join. You can jump in and start today. You can come back and start on Monday, or you can start at day 1. If you want to start the challenge on day 1, just remember to start with your day 1 workout on a Wednesday, and from there just follow along with any of the 3 playlists, and everything will fall right into place. It's super easy to follow along. But if you are doing the challenge with me, thank you so much. And thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. I also want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate you all so very much. One final reminder that if anything was unclear about the format of today's workout and how everything fits together, if you have any questions about the exercises that we were doing today, if you have any doubts about how to do these exercises with the correct form, or if you need any further help with equipment-free substitutions or beginner modifications beyond what I have already provided, I am always here to help. So please ask questions if you have them. Tomorrow is Sunday, which means tomorrow we rest. Tomorrow is our first rest day. every Sunday throughout this entire challenge. There's no new workout to do, so it's up to you what you want to do on Sundays if you're doing the challenge with me. So you can do absolutely nothing, and that's fine. But if you want to turn it into kind of an active rest day, you can do some light cardio, maybe go for a nice brisk walk or a hike or something like that, or a nice relaxing bike ride. Maybe do an extra long stretching session, but you don't have to do anything. Sundays are our rest days. So there's no requirement for Sundays if you're participating in the challenge, but I'll probably be doing like an extra long stretching session or something like that. But feel free to do something if you want, but you don't have to. So that is going to do it for today. I will see you all right back here on Monday for day 5. Bye.